All right, this has been an eventful morning to say the least, but we're going to try to do a little work on the 120 this morning.
Yes, we are.
You want to explain to everybody all the chaos you have caused this morning?
Me? I ain't had no chaos on my end.
Not yet. The day is young.
You know, I was kind of surprised I came into a swimming pool, though.
Yeah, so the day has started off lovely. I woke up, we got a bunch of rain last night, like 2 inches. And I come in the shop this morning, and this whole section was flooded. I don't know what happened, if the wind was blowing just right or what, but had a bunch of water get underneath the door. Got that mostly dried up. Was trying to enjoy a nice, simple little breakfast.
Yeah.
And my wife decided to take her car off-roading and hit a tree and total it out. Mm. So luckily, she's okay, and the kids weren't in the car. The car is not so well. It's pretty rough shape. And then yesterday, we were going to work on this.
Yesterday.
But somebody went into clean Nazi mode.
Yes, and it was due.
And we didn't video any of it.
I know, we didn't video
any of it. I'm going to give you 3 minutes to give it to her.
Okay, so where
hold
we
on.
Start?
Huh? Well, it's your turn. You start wherever you want.
4 times starts. It's pretty nice when you do a good cleanup like this. It's unreal how many tools you'll find. Just saying.
Just temporarily misplaced. So, yeah. I should point out that this is the first video we're filming of 2023. Obviously, it's not the first video you're seeing of 2023. Yeah. And we got a lot of shop projects coming here in January.
Yeah, we do.
Including Lieutenant Dan. So, a lot of this cleaning and reorganization was in preparation for Lieutenant Dan to come back to shop. So,
short note, you can fit 3 pieces of equipment in here at any time.
Yeah, we definitely got some more. Well, most of that has to do with we got Gunner's go-kart habit out of here.
Yeah.
No, we did some pretty, let's start over here on this wall. So if you guys remember, we had these hooks over here were just absolutely full of hoses and wires and just stuff that we thought we were going to use. Never did, so we took all that stuff, got it reorganized down at the gym. Aaron moved all of his rigging over here. And why'd you move your rigging here?
So I can reach it to get everything
all
down.
My rigging used to be on that one over there, but he can't reach it, so.
I gotta knock my welding hood off to get it down, but that's okay.
And then I picked up this, went shopping at my first Northern Tools the other day. We picked up 50-foot of hose reel, and then we kind of got a permanent setup here with all of our bottles. Got those strapped off the wall. That'll be a whole lot easier for changing out tanks and taking empty tanks out of here, yada, yada, yada. And this will reach the entire shop and most of the pad outside. We rarely take a torch out on the job. If we do, we still got the option to do it. Or we may even set up a small one, but much cleaner look. The other thing is, we used to have the sandblast cabinet here, pressure washers here, and all kinds of other things here. And you get Bubba Dump or something in here, and it really cramps you on space over here. So this is much tighter to the wall than everything else we had over here. So that works pretty good.
You're welcome for that idea.
Let's talk about your mess down here.
No, that was staying out of video.
Yeah, no, we're going to talk about this disaster. So I wanted to take 2/3 of this metal rack because it looks like a hoarder lives over here and get rid of it.
Give me time.
But somebody.
But anybody knows metal knows every piece on this rack can be used at some time.
I will go 50-50 on that.
It just ain't real organized. I think while we were cleaning, you were just kind of throwing stuff in this rack.
No, actually, while we were cleaning, I was taking stuff off that rack and throwing it in the dumpster outside.
Oh, here we go. So, yeah, something that I could use.
All right. This area needs a little bit of work. This is our used oil area. I've actually got a new one set up around back. This corner needs cleaned up a little bit. We're thinking about maybe getting rid of the barrels and sliding that whole thing down a little bit. I don't know. That's next cleanup project.
Yeah.
But this pretty much all stayed the same. It's pretty organized. We did get 2 extra totes. We roll around the corner. The benches are still pretty clean. You guys are getting an impromptu shop tour today. Isn't that nice? So here's our next big change. We usually have the welder sitting out here and then the torch sitting out here, and it takes up a whole lot of room out of this bay. So obviously the torch is over there now. We snuck the welder around the corner here, which opens up some room. There used to be a grinder here, which we never used, we took out. Moved the metal cutting saw there, and then we still got the bench grind, or the drill press and the Belt sander, this might end up disappearing if we can figure out how to use that.
Yeah. I hate to though, because I like that thing.
But that is handy for small stuff, so I don't know. This is a little bit clustered right here. We're gonna kind of let it go. See how it works. Got that table cleaned off, got the metal, lathe, mill, didn't do a whole lot with them. We did a major cleaning on these shelves. These are kind of random toolkits and stuff we use, a few spare parts. Aaron put a bucket up there, apparently that's it. You gotta tell them about your pad I bought you?
You said we're not talking about that.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
We're gonna talk about that.
So,
yeah.
I got him this.
Do you want to explain to him why?
Well, you always mad because your knees hurt and you can kneel down, but this one folds up into a step stool. So now you can get your well down there.
Yeah.
So that works out pretty good. We moved the press over here. We moved the sandblasting cabinet over here. Eventually, whenever all the Lieutenant Dan stuff's gone, we may reorganize this corner. And I got my man lift working again yesterday.
Yes. You know, I got to think about it. We had a really productive day. I know you're grouchy because it was a little later than you wanted it to be, but.
So eventually, whenever Lieutenant Dan stuff's gone, which will hopefully be later this year, the man lift will probably go here. The metal cutting saw and some other stuff may go back in there, which should open up some room. But long story short, we got like a whole extra shop bay. Everything's organized. It's lovely. All right.
I love it.
Now on to what we're going to do today.
Now we're on to the shop that I like.
So the next thing on the list is the old 120. This thing is due for a complete service. This machine it has just been phenomenal. This is by far the most profitable machine I still own to date. But it's not a new one anymore. It does have some age on it. It's got about 13,000 hours on it. There's a lot of videos on the channel. We went through and line board the whole boom, put all new pins and bushings in it. I think that was 2 years ago now.
Yeah. Yeah, it has been.
It's crazy. Time gets away. Put all new undercarriage on it. But we have got, this is the original final drives in this machine. We did do some work on about a year ago. But this one over here is leaking gear oil really bad. They got like double cone seals, which is basically a rubber O-ring that holds two pieces of metal face to face. And they're leaking. They're kind of a little bit of a pain in the butt to change. We can change that seal. We can fix that seal, but I was shopping around on the old internet the other day and stumbled across a good used final drive. So I think what we're going to do is take that final drive.
They can see it underneath all your shirts.
That's your shirts. I think what we're going to do is just swap out the final drive completely, and then we'll get that one fixed and have it on the shelf as a spare, because eventually that one's going to go. My thought process is, this machine's old enough, we probably need to keep a few spare parts around for it.
Yeah.
And they're going to start getting hard to come by, because a lot of people ran these machines for a lot of hours because they were good machines. So
kind of like me, I feel like I need spare parts.
So I think first things first we need to do is probably bust that track. I see the master pin right down there. You want me to fire it up, swing it around? Yep. We'll raise it up, and we'll rotate that master to the back. I don't think I'll take the track all the way off. I just need to bust it.
Yeah.
And then hopefully it'll come out there pretty easy. Usually it's not too big a deal, as long as a bunch of stuff's not corroded in there. All right, let's do that.
Slide them jacks under.
What's that? Slide them jacks under?
Yeah. Drop your phone. Here you go.
You gotta tell them about our fancy new jacks we got from Harbor Freight?
Yeah, I know it.
They were nice, ain't they?
We could have used these several times before.
The good news is we got them now.
Yeah.
There are some nice jacks for like 180 bucks. Perfect. You already got it marked right there. That's the master. Yeah, I say need to get it like right in here somewhere. I don't think we have to take the track all the way off. We just need to get it when we get that final out there. Yep. All right, let me come down on those jacks and then we'll rotate that around.
All right. I think that'll get it.
All right, gonna get the tension off the track here. You guys probably can't see up in there, but there's a grease fitting we're gonna take loose. That should allow that track adjuster to release. Hopefully. Yep, there's grease. See the grease squirting out back there. Perfect. So what that does is there's a cylinder in there that lets that idler move back, which will allow this track to loosen up. We're gonna have to rotate this track one more time. That keeper has basically a bent wire in there. It's gonna be a whole lot easier to get that out if it's down there somewhere. So I'm gonna roll it forward for Aaron real quick. We'll get that master drove out of there. The other option is we take a track pad off there, but don't think that's gonna be necessary. You get to it?
Yeah, you can get to it, but are you for sure that's how that works?
Yep, I'm for sure.
Okay.
I remember, actually, I think you put it in. If you can't get it, we can always cut it. See it moving. Got it.
All right.
We got the keeper out of it. We got it rolled back around. I guess the question is now, how easy do you think it's going to come out?
I hope easy.
I hope you're right.
Ready?
Oh, yeah, it's going easy.
Ready?
All right, pins out. That went pretty easy. You gonna let her fly?
Right there. One is right.
Oh, yeah, right there. There should be two little spacers in there, I think.
Yep,
There's one.
right there.
The other one's stuck in the rail. I can see it.
Yep. You know, I don't know what I'm worried about. We got a nice clean floor for a change. We can let them fall.
There's the other one. If we lose those, we'll have to call Todd, and that won't be good.
Yeah.
All right, let her down. I'm gonna go with the old,
There goes the floor.
work perfect.
All right, I think we can roll it back.
Yeah,
Oh, we got to swing a little bit.
I think we can roll it up enough. Let me spin this, kick it as far as I can,
Okay.
and then I'll bet you we'll be able to clear it. It's definitely the one that's leaking. See all the oil down in there?
All right, good deal.
There was a slight question mark about which.
Yeah, there was. After it was clean.
It stopped leaking. It must be out of oil. Here's what I'm thinking. You ready to hear my...
I'm ready.
You're always ready to hear my ingenious thoughts, right?
Yes.
So we are going to reuse this sprocket because that sprocket is in considerably better shape than the one that's on the used one. I think it's going to be easier to get that off there while it's still bolted to the machine.
Okay.
Because they're kind of a semi-press fit on there.
Yep.
So I say we bust that sprocket off there.
Okay.
While you're doing that, I'm going to start getting these hydraulic hoses unhooked back here. That's going to be the messy part. And we got to make sure that the hydraulic motor on this thing is clocked right, because that final drive will fit on either side. But the difference is how the motor's mounted. The case strain's got to be up, I think. We'll just make sure it's the same as this side.
Exactly.
I mean, that's a foolproof plan.
Video so we don't mess up.
We'll take pictures. You know how many times we went back in videos and tried to figure out what we did?
Oh, I know.
Could you imagine if we didn't video?
And it's that a lot of arguments too.
Yeah, I know.
I'm right.
That's why he don't argue near. What's your shirt say?
Huh? Oh, I got this from YouTube fan. Fabrication.
Fixes a problem you don't know you had and you don't understand. There's some truth to that. Legend miracle worker. Oh,
That's me. That's me.
All right, we're gonna go back to work. Let's see what's behind door number 1 this morning. I'm gonna go with hydraulic hoses and dirt.
Yeah.
What's your guess?
A lot of dirt.
There shouldn't be too much in there. This was off not too long ago, and usually whenever you get a bunch of mud in there, it's pond dredging because it just keeps working up in there, and this thing ain't been that type of mud much. Well, I might need a pry bar. A random stick's not gonna work. I need a small one.
Small one.
Pretty please.
Small or medium?
Small. Well, it's got a little bit in it, but it ain't too bad.
All right.
Like the old DeWalt, gonna take them out. By golly, it is taking them out, ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
They must have been put on with a Milwaukee, so that's why the DeWalt. That's why the DeWalt can get them out.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure that's the way it works. And we're coming off almost scarily easy. If I was a good friend, I'd hop in there and turn it so you didn't have to go around it. Bad news, I'm not a good friend.
Yeah, I know.
All right, let's see if I can get that sprocket off there. Is it moving at all?
You want to tap it?
Oh, it's moving.
Yeah, it's moving. It's good.
I hit it up on top.
Yeah.
I love swinging a broken handled hammer right at your
Right
face.
in my face. Okay, let me see that. This is actually really nice because it's got like a wedge.
Oh, you got your new mat out. Look at you go.
I know it.
You keep going on the bottom.
There we go.
It's a whole new meaning to ring your bell right there.
That's right. Why did it have to be the one right next to it?
All right.
Go ahead
Sweet.
and throw it in the trash, you said?
No, that's the good one. Don't do that. We'll have to talk to Todd again.
Yeah.
All right, now that that's all fair, I think the next thing we need to do is see how big a hydraulic mess we can make capping off these lines. You want to get the cap kit ready and I'll get some wrenches ready and we'll just kind of go for it?
Yeah.
Because if we do that, I mean, we about got this thing. From there, it's just unbolting the bolt, sliding one out and sliding one in.
Then I'll give you a face shield and that wire brush so you can clean everything up too.
Excuse me, sir, my name is not Aaron. So if we start at the bottom and work our way up, we shouldn't have to work in our oil, right?
No, exactly.
You got everything ready to go?
Work smarter, not harder. I got your wrench set. You forgot the toolbox when you came down here to take the lines off. So check on that.
Look,
What size?
I had the one wrench I needed. I had the one wrench I needed.
I want that.
Right here.
Boy.
Man, behind the scenes, that went pretty smooth.
Yeah, it did.
I'll tell you what, we bought that cheap plug and cap kit off Amazon. That thing has been a lifesaver. Yeah. It's almost more impressive than your kneeling pad over there.
I don't know if I can go that far. But...
All right, so basically the only thing we got left to do is Aaron's gonna break these bolts loose all the way around here, and then in theory that thing should pop right out there. All right, bolts are out. You ready to see if she'll come?
Yeah.
Oh, look, I was going over here to get all of our rigging and somebody's moved it all. What do you think? Deal it up and down with the crane a little bit?
I think so.
Don't see much budging.
No.
There's not a hole where we can drive it out, is there?
A hole to drive.
Might have to go watch the video and see what we did last time.
I know it.
Did you find the right combination?
I think you did.
All right, give her a little love, see what happens.
All right. Ready?
It's coming. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Come up on it, maybe?
Yeah, you may try, work it back and forth.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna have to keep going down. I'm boosting the strap up a little bit more. Keep going. Keep going. So we need to, what did your penetrating on?
Should be right over there.
I don't think it's gonna hurt anything.
No, it ain't gonna hurt anything. It's gonna help.
Let her rip.
Think I need to go side to side or just straight down?
I think you can go down enough, it'll pop out. There's not much of a lip in there that holds it.
Yeah.
It's coming. You want to see if we can get pry bars in there now?
Yep. Let's see right here real quick. There you go. Okay.
Right there. There she is. We'll set that on the ground over there next to that other one and compare notes.
Okay.
Well, man, behind the scenes, they look eerily similar.
Yeah.
They even got the same Hitachi tag on them. So that's good. Both of them got an A and B, so that's good.
Yep.
We have spotted one issue though. I guess this is what happens whenever you buy junkyard parts. Is nobody cares about your threads, so they are destroyed right there. So I think we're going to switch these fittings out, and then we need to switch this plug around, because this one goes, basically if this was on the left side, we'd use this port, which this one must have been on the left side because the port's gone. And if we use it on the right side, which we're going to use it on, we got to get that plug out of there. And this is your high-low, where you switch from high-low travel. It looks pretty good. I think it'll be all right. So
now you're gonna have to set that camera down. I'll hold the wrench and I'll let you
switch everything around.
Yeah. How's that sound?
Lovely. All right. Well, let's do the old swap-a-roo here, and then we'll get this ready to go in the machine. Everything's swapped over, got our plug moved, got those fittings changed. Aaron's got all of our mounting surfaces cleaned up. Time to put this jewel back in?
Yep. Well, I might scrape that inside out now that I've scraped all this.
You just gonna lift that up and hand it over here?
I'm gonna hold the camera while you do it without using any air.
We'll just let the crane do it. All right, let's get this thing back in here. I don't want to jinx it, but it's going pretty good so far. It's going better than the rest of our day.
Yeah, yeah.
Down a shade, down a little bit. All right, hold that. Need a pry bar.
Need the big one?
Yeah. I may have it. Come on down a little bit. Yeah, I may have a big one. I'm thinking we were forgetting something. That went so smooth I didn't even get it on video. Like it just slid right into place and we got a bolt started.
Maybe it's because I'm back. Is that what it is?
If that's what it is, I'm not for sure if I'm okay with this.
Yeah, it did. It went really smooth.
I guess we want to bolt this off first and then we'll get all of our hoses hooked back up.
Yep. So I'll go ahead and put them on.
Little anti-seize, you think?
Yeah,
on
most
these?
definitely.
All right, let's do it.
Thought I forgot. Yeah. Remember that? Whoops.
you're not even in the screen. That's whatever you had.
I remember that. I was in a bind.
I was on a live feed, wasn't it?
I think it was. And I think you got some on my face, didn't you? I'm showing everybody how nice I am.
Just remember,
I'm not that kind of person. I would never do that.
You're my butt. I think it started because you put it on my arm.
That was an accident.
No, that was
an accident. Yeah. See.
There we go. I did a little bit of thread work, did a couple of them. Replaced the washer on that one, but I believe that has got her bolted up. So on to the next thing, getting our hoses hooked up. All right, all the bolts are tight. We got our elbow back in. We got new O-rings. We missing anything?
I'm thinking really hard because I was figuring a 12-hour job.
Well, this thing's like trying to put itself together.
I know it.
It's crazy. All right, let's get these hoses on here. All right, everything's hooked back up. It looks pretty good. We'll give the old leak test here in a minute when we get everything hooked up. Aaron's getting these last few bolts off.
Not going somewhere.
This is what you get for jinxing it. They're coming.
Now,
you done hitting it with your purse?
well, I got the hard part done. I got all them bolts out that were stuck. So I'm gonna let you hit on it now.
All the ones that were, you know, the ones that threaded right out?
That's right, somebody's gotta do it.
That just stuck on there a little better than the last one.
All right, Nancy, all yours.
You're doing this, you're left.
Hey, just like that. It's a good thing I broke it loose for you. Leave it to man to break it loose for you, Nancy.
Got these two sprockets side by side, and you can see the clear difference in the amount of wear. This one here is pretty wore. And that one there, I don't know, what's this undercarriage got on it? About 600 hours now? Somewhere in there. So it's starting to show a little bit of wear, but it's still pretty good. But you can obviously see why we wanted to change them out. So I would need to get that surface cleaned up, get the surface cleaned up on there. We've got this thing whipped.
Yeah.
Need to change oil on that thing.
Yeah.
But
It did have a tag on there, red tag, said caution, no oil.
That'd be good if there's no oil in. It's one less step to drain it out.
Yeah.
You got that, He-Man?
I got it.
I'd say that
Now
you go up on there and need to make sure you get your hose lined up.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Now you would have had to use the air to get that up.
Don't blame me for being smarter.
Oh shoot.
That's what you get for talking.
Yeah, when you got my strength, I mean, get her lined right up.
Let's see how good you are. This one's still got a little anti-seize on it, so we're gonna go ahead and go for it. Oh, look at that.
Man.
Nailed it.
We're good now.
Let's get this thing bolted off, put a track back on. Did a good job.
Turn around, double check everything.
I think that one's loose.
Yeah, right here. That's how much I've sucked it in. I forgot one bolt. One bolt. It had to be right on top.
I'm glad your fancy little stool's working out there, though. Look at you go. All right, sprocket's bolted on. I think we need to go ahead and get the track on and lower it back down, and then we'll change oil in it so it's down level. So what we really need to happen is to get this top part back on here. I think we can walk it back enough to get that to marry up to it. What do you think?
I think so.
Let me take the bar and walk it back.
I think so. I think you can do it. Oh yeah, keep going.
All right, we got the top locked in. We're gonna try to raise this up enough, get that engaged down there, get a jack underneath it, hopefully fold that up. If we don't have enough slack, we may have to let the machine down a little bit, but see what you got there, biggin. All right, so that one goes there, skip one, that one goes there, skip one. Or one off, we gotta be one more. Look at that. Jacked her right in there, buddy.
Yeah.
Nailed it. Hold her up.
Now. Get this out.
There we go. We gotta get those washers back here in there. One. Go easy.
Go. Move?
Nope.
Oh, we're heading.
Sitting right here somewhere.
Right here.
I think here. Hold on. I gotta put my people down. Ready?
Yep.
There we go.
All right. Right like that.
Perfect. We're in there, Evan.
We're in there. They just gotta line it up now.
All right. I think it started.
You think it started?
I think it started.
All right, here we go.
Oh, she's coming.
Going?
Yeah, keep going.
It ain't moving over here.
Look. Oh, now what'd you do?
Oh.
It's right here at the end. Hold on.
All right, now.
Hold on. I might have to.
On your end.
I might have to give you some assistance.
Well, I have my end lined up. Why didn't you get your end lined up?
Mine's more complicated than your end.
No, it ain't. Couple times.
All right, bring her home.
All right. Turn it just a hair.
So you need just a little bit more. Now are you ready? Yep. Oh, that's it. That's it.
Right there.
We are home. Just gotta get our keeper back in. All right, I think it's time to fire it up. Let's rotate it one time one way, one time the other way, check for leaks. We'll lower it down, change oil. We might call this job complete.
Yeah. You ready to put it to work tomorrow?
Fingers crossed, no leaks.
Yeah. So far, so good. Don't see no drips. I don't see any drips at all. So you got the 2 plugs, right? This, 2 are level, 1's a drain. All right. Gotcha. All right. Come around. That's the pin he wants down there because he couldn't get that keeper in, even though I could get it in. I could get it bent back over. Oh. That's perfect. Drain is draining up, straight up and down. Pin's right here. So yeah. Left side up, pin. I love these things. Slide that out, back, same thing. And again, slide it out. All right, you're good.
Where's Gunner at when you need him?
Yeah. He took off just in time.
All right, let her fly.
All right.
Well,
you got
preferably to keep it in there.
Yeah, you gonna keep it level hole or you want to put it?
You are so needy. This says up. It don't technically say fill hole.
Yeah, I know. And then you just watch it run out. I got that perfectly level. Stopped you perfect.
No.
No.
It needs to go back that way about 3/8 of an inch.
Really? Oh, it's pretty good.
I figured being as short as what you are, you'd be close enough to the ground, you'd get a good eyeball on it.
I think you're not seeing things right. I think it's pretty good.
You're almost there, buddy.
Yeah.
There she comes.
All right, that's it.
It's nice and clean. That's a good sign.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so let you have that. We'll get these plugs in. Then we'll get this track adjusted. Guess we all put the cover back on before we forget. Did you put it on upside down?
Turn that camera off. I had it set right.
Oh, it fits better that way. Look at that, like it's meant to go there.
No. Well, I wasn't looking. While you had the camera off, I know you came over here and flipped that. Did that on purpose.
All right, well, you're finishing that up. We're gonna go adjust tracks. All right, got the little valve down there closed off. Got the grease gun hooked up to it. So basically the way this works, just basically a small little cylinder in there. As I pump it up with the grease, it's gonna shove that front idler out, which in return tightens the track. Well, man behind the scenes.
Ain't you glad I'm back?
Not really. But this went way better than the rest of our day.
It did.
That went pretty smooth.
It went really smooth.
I mean, with all the chaos going on today, we like.
Been done before dinner.
I know, we actually worked on this thing for like 4 hours at the most.
Yeah.
So leave it to the old 120 to be the good child out of the bunch. The final drive's on, the track's on. Actually, everything to do with the final drive is done. Done.
Yeah, I don't know why we ain't going ahead and drain the oil and doing the oil change. weekend?
Well, some of us have a life and we have other commitments.
Meeting. And I forgot it's Tuesday. I forgot about your Tuesday.
This is not my typical Tuesday meeting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to always go bowling on Tuesday nights.
Used to always.
Used to. And Aaron
6:30.
got mad when I went bowling, so I told him I had a meeting. It took you like 2 years to catch on.
No, I did a little deeper investigation. I was paying attention. I followed you to town.
I got a true meeting tonight, and you may enjoy this meeting. I'm going to meet with the fairgrounds about doing a free YouTube meet and greet.
Oh, there we go.
See, this is for you people.
Yeah,
and you.
All right.
So stay tuned for details on that.
Yeah.
If you don't see any details, the fair board didn't approve it. And you can blame Farmer Chris. So anyways, that's a wrap on this one, guys. Tomorrow, like Aaron said, we are going to do a complete service on this, change all the fluids, make sure it's good to go. Probably going to jump over and do the 240 as well. But that's going to be for another day. I think we got to figure out what we're going to do with the dump truck. We may work on the dump truck outside, so we can go ahead and get Bubba dump in here.
How long do you think it's going to take to do a dump truck?
Depends on how fast we can find a starter. The dump truck needs a starter, and it's got a major air leak somewhere.
Okay.
But you know, one thing we could do is we could...
Here, 50, 55, 60, it's perfect working weather outside.
We could pull the dump truck in and tear it all apart, and if we have to, we can pull it back out and then pull Bubba dump in.
Yeah.
All right, this conversation is for another
Hey, look at this whole bay you got here. I think you can get the C8500. I know you can get in here.
Yeah, but here's the problem with our setup. Here's our shortcoming, is if we pull the C8500 in this bay, which we can get, and I pull Bubba dump in over there, then I can't get the truck back out.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Because Bubba dump's in the way.
And that may be in here a few days.
Maybe in here a few days. So I don't know. I'll tell you what. We'll figure that out. You guys stay tuned and figure out how it all goes down. So
I just want to be able to use all three bays.
No, I know you do. Well, this is going to be our fab bay for our fabrication project on.
Yeah.
And at some point you got to drag out Lieutenant Dan parts.
Oh yeah.
We got to start prepping on that. So
Yep.
I got a feeling. See, everybody says I need a bigger shop. We got one whole bay we can't even use.
I know it.
So, all right. I got to get to a meeting. He needs to get home. He needs to get home and eat. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a big old thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, I'd consider doing that. That way you can catch the rest of the shenanigans in the shop and see what happens next. Tell them bye.